Welcome, good people. Welcome to the latest episode of the Sim Standard Power Hour with myself, SimFBallCritic, along with Smitty. I know what y'all are here for. Y'all want to hear our thoughts on the Madden beta. We've officially been playing it for about a week now. Actually, let me cut it on right now so I can play it a little bit while we're on the show. And yeah, we'll give you our thoughts on that. That'll pretty much be the show. I figured what we will do here during the beginning is I'll throw it to Smitty first, and then he can come back to me. Curious to get your take, man, really quick on how you feel so far about the finals, whether or not you think it's a surprise that the Celtics are up, or did you see this coming? I'm just curious to know, what are your thoughts so far on the finals before we jump into Madden?
I figured that it would be a competitive finals, or at least that's what I was hoping for. Worst case scenario, Golden State would get it in 5. Well, clearly is not going to be the case now. But
right.
Best case scenario, 7-game series. But the one thing that I definitely will say is that seeing Draymond Green, you're really seeing how Draymond is really the glue of that team. And when he's not in it, it's a wrap. When he was in it, like game 2, when he was in it, they were clicking. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they can, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, these games are good, but at the same time, Boston's looking, it's not, and like they were saying on like First Take and stuff like that, they don't have this level of fear. Boston, I mean, when it comes to Golden State, it's not like, it's not, and I'm not saying like, and they're intimidated, but it's like they don't have that level of concern when it comes to playing. They're like, man, look, let's just go ahead and play these dudes. They're the next opponent up. Oh, like how it was when the Pistons beat the Lakers. Like, the Lakers were looked at like they're this big time dominant, force of a team at that point in time. So to see when the Pistons faced, it was like, okay, so, and, what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, they're just another team on the schedule. Like, let's handle it. And they handled them. So what I'm saying is that that could be the case here for Golden State, where they would impose their will. It's not really cracking up like that. You know what I mean? But like I said, to a degree, it was put out there and speculated it could go 7. And I kind of threw it out there too. And I had some other friends and colleagues and stuff like that all sit up there and say, man, Golden State taking it in 5. I'm like, I don't know. They could, but don't be surprised if you see Boston possibly push it at least 6 games. And right now, I mean, if Golden State don't get it together and really take these dudes serious, they're going to mess around and lose. They're going to mess around and get the 5-1 treatment. I mean, the 4-1 treatment. So it's, it's a big game. I think they play tomorrow. So, like, it's going to be a really big game for them tomorrow to
crucial
step it up, man. They're going to have to, I don't know.
It's a must win tomorrow, I think, for the Warriors.
Oh, it definitely is a must win. It's not even a question. They'll be down 3-1. Like,
you mess around, you let them get one and go in the state already.
Yeah.
So,
and you were up. That's the wild part about it. You were up 10, and these dudes came back and beat you by 10. So yeah.
See, man. And that's the thing. That's the thing that makes me hesitate a little bit. When a lot of people are saying, and again, I'm not the extreme basketball guy, but when a lot of people are saying, "Oh, it's over," I'm like, well, listen, I don't overreact, man. I look at just like in football, I look at every play, every game. Let's not forget the Warriors, like Smitty just said, should have probably, I'm not even going to say could have, they probably should have won game 1. The game, I didn't watch the game last night because I was doing some other stuff. Me and my wife got tired of doing something. I totally forgot it was on. But when I looked, it was like 2 minutes left, and it was score was like 100 to 1. You know, they were up decent, 11 or 12. My point is none of the games haven't really been blowouts either way. And the fact that Golden State has been in them and they should have won by my count now at least 2. Don't act like the series is over. But tomorrow is important. If they don't win tomorrow, dog, I don't see this Warriors team the way they are currently playing and the discipline that Boston has shown defensively and all of that. I don't see them beating this Boston team coming back from a 3-1 deficit. I do not see that. So for you Warrior fans, if you have anything to cling on to, you better hope y'all get that game tomorrow, because if you go back to Golden State 3-1, not looking good. And I know some people are going, you know, sometimes, Smitty, people are extreme fans. Well, what about when they came back against OKC? And what about when Cleveland was down 3? That ain't happening this year, Jack. They go down 3-1 to this Boston team, they're not winning the series. I'm going to stamp on it. I'll stand on that. They're not winning the series down 3-1 to this Boston team. It ain't happening. So that's my assessment. But it's been good. You know, the games I saw, you know, game 1 and 2, it's been good. It's been good to watch. I don't have a dog in the race. If I'm being honest, it would be cool to see the Warriors win only because of this, right? They were that dynasty team for a moment, you know, hanging around. They got some chips. They got KD, got some more chips. You know, they had the historic season. They lost to the Cavs, but they were in the finals. You know, they've been that premier team. Fell off a couple of years due to injury and things like that, you know, stuff like that. So to see that team bounce back and come back and say, yeah, we still us when we want to be, it's a cool story. But also, I'm cool with seeing the young guns over in Boston get a chip, you know. So, you know, I like Tatum and those dudes, you know. So I like Marcus Smart. You know, y'all know I'm an attitude type of dude when it comes to ball. I love dudes like that. So I don't have a dog in the race, you know. So it's just been cool to watch. So that's all I got, man. But yeah, I think the Celtics might get this one. If the Warriors can tie it up tomorrow, though, it makes it interesting, because I was just telling my wife that when we was having dinner, basketball is so funny because it's momentum. Tonight and tomorrow, all of the pressure is on Golden State, right? They mess around and win. Now that momentum swings to them because then they go home. So what if they mess around and win Friday and then go home and win the next game and go up 3-2? Now we talking. Now it's going to be more so like what Smitty said. Now you're talking about potential 7 games, you know what I'm saying? Or possibly them winning the series 4-2. So it's basketball series, man, to me is like no other, because it's so many games and so many different things can change in that 7-game stretch. So, yeah, we shall see. But anyway, guys, I know y'all are here to hear our take on the beta Madden 23. I'll kick it off with this point, Smitty, and then I'll definitely throw it to you. Let me say this. I might even say this later on in the show for those of you that will come on later. I'm so glad that I'm no longer a part of the, how can I phrase this? Me and Smitty, Azure as well, even though Azure is not often on the show, he's still, y'all know Azure is Azure. We always going to be community figures, so to speak, because a lot of y'all know where we came from. Y'all been rocking since way back then. But I'm so glad that I have really just backed away from doing all of that on Twitter and making these videos and coming at this. And I never came at nobody unless they came at me. Y'all know that. So I ain't even got to say that. But all of it judging who's saying what about the game, and dog, I'm so glad I ain't a part of that no more, because it has become such a crazy thing nowadays. Not just with Madden. Let me tell y'all what I mean. With every game, like I've literally watched people critique and destroy every single game, every one of them, all of the sports titles, the EBC who hasn't come out yet. Just it's almost as if we have gotten to a point where, as gamers, We're looking for perfection instead of a solid game. Y'all understand what I'm saying? There's no game that's how did we get to this point? It's the video game mentality where everybody wants everything to work when they want it to work. Let me give you a quick point. I saw a couple people talking about, the offensive line in the game and all of this and this. And it's opinion, but I'm going to give y'all a clear example of what I'm talking about where I think you're overly judging. Verbatim, I saw somebody's comment say, offensive line in the game is still trash because they don't pick up every block. It's like, what? So I went on to read the rest of it. They don't pick up every block. They're not picking up the blitzer every time. They're not getting the guy on this side every time when they pull. And I'm like, let's take Madden aside. Like, what game does everything correct 100% of the time? 2K basketball doesn't do it. MLB The Show doesn't do it. FIFA doesn't do it. Any football game we've ever played doesn't do that. 2K5, 2K8, which I will still say right now today is still arguably, even how we feel about the beta, I will always say 2K8 was one of the best pure representations of on-field football. From the animation, from the fluidity. But let me tell you something about 2K8 that people seem to forget. That game definitely was not perfect. Guess what? Every component of that game was scripted animation. What are we talking about here? And the only reason why I say that is because people try to compare today's games with some of their old favorites, right? And they'll say, man, this game has animation. I'm like, dog, y'all remember me and Smitty loved 2K8. It was a time where won't nobody putting out more videos than me. Yes, me. There was a time, Smitty is my witness, that nobody on the planet was putting out more 2K8 videos than me. I was doing 3-4 videos a day, right? But I'm not going to sit here and say that, man, the tackles were organic. No, they weren't.
Yeah, they
used to see the same animation over and over and over. So my only reason for saying that, y'all, is because when I see those people still saying they're comparing the Madden tackling to that, saying, man, it's so scripted. And I'm like, dog, I get it. But that shouldn't be the crux of your argument because our favorite games were all scripted. Except for Backbreaker.
Yeah. I'll just say on that real quick. Think about it. And I said this back then as well, but this is a point, and this is a point that Clint had made actually when we was in the studio that I didn't think about then either. Why can't you move your defensive lineman in API? You can't shift. You can't assign. Think about it. In Madden, you can assign all 4 defensive linemen all different things. And then your O-line can go absolutely bonkers possibly based off of how I play. And then you'll be like, oh, look how busted Madden looks. But you can't do that in API. You can only make adjustments with your offensive line as far as pass protect, right, left, or max protect. Mm-hmm. Or you could have one of your you like have your halfback and fullback block. You could do that kind of stuff, but that's it. But you can't do nothing defensively. So at the end of the day, the most you could do is when you're in the play call screen, you pick what you want. Yeah. Do you want them to stun on the left, stun on the right? Do you want them to fan out, pinch in? That's it. And that's all you had. And then with APF, also remember the zone play. The zone play is bad. It's atrocious in that game. It's just like what Madden had back when we was clowning on it on 360 and all that. It's the same way. They literally cover grass unless the receiver comes in their zone. And guess what? As soon as that receiver leaves their zone, they go right back to neutral spot. They don't have match coverage zone principles or anything like that in there. It's just straight up. They come in the circle. If they leave the circle, that's it. So when we sit up here and say, yes, we gave 2K its roses for what it had.
Absolutely. Still do.
Still, the passing is the best to this day, even with what Madden done this year. But I'm not gonna sit up here. I mean, you can make look.
You can make a. It was easier. How about that?
I will say, yeah.
You didn't have to pull off all these tricks to do it. Yeah.
It's easier in APF, and
it was
more authentic to the players that they have in the game. Like Dan Marino's pass,
as a matter of fact,
one, not like anyone else.
Signature throwing animations and all that.
Not just the animation, but the trajectory and the velocity of the throws and everything.
Yep.
So it's like that kind of stuff. That's where those differences come in at. But otherwise, though, nah, man, the tackling in that game is nowhere near to what Madden has. This year is much better. We're gonna get into it, but it's like when I seen those clips too, and it's just like, all right, man, now you try.
Yeah, man,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool, and that's why I tweeted earlier before the show off of Hollywood's coming. I meant to tweet. I had retweeted it earlier on purpose so I could quote it. It's like people are acting like you can't honestly like this game that they're playing and enjoying it. Like, people are seeking enjoyment in Madden 23 based off the beta, and folk are acting like it's a problem if you're liking it. You know what I'm saying? Like Hollywood saying, oh, wait a minute. Well, it's got flaws and issues now. Don't get it twisted. Like, every single sports game every year has flaws in it. So that's a given. Like, crazy. There is no 10 out of 10 doesn't ever make a mistake sports game out here. There isn't. So because we see EA actually doing something right, with some consistency to it for once, and they didn't just do a drop in the bucket, I'm gonna give them their praise. What? It's okay when I go on stream playing Madden 06, Madden 07 with the vision cone and all that, and saying, man, we need passing like that. Then we actually get it. Then I'm gonna be mad still. That's dumb. I'm gonna look at APF. I'm gonna stream that and play those videos and talk about those passes where I fit the square peg through the round hole. But then when I do it in Madden, like Sim, myself, AZ, other people that I've interacted with, we've been showing clips to each other, and we're like, dude, look at this play, bruh. I'm sold on the game off of this right here. And it's a play. There's play. Bills is in here. He sent me a beautiful. I got to share it with Sim because he was using the Steelers. Beautiful play, beautiful, absolute beautiful running play, and the way that it played out and everything was gorgeous. And it's like, if it was something in APF, we'd be glorifying it. If it was something done in Backbreaker, we'd be giving it all the praises in the world. But when it's EA doing it, we want to add like, oh no, see, no. And Sim even had one of those what I'll call unicorn kind of plays. It's one of them plays you're not going to typically see happen in a football game. Never see it period. But they can happen. And it's like, because EA has it happening there, because it says EA on it, that's a problem. Now, if it was 2K or anyone else, oh, yo, look what they did. Oh, snap. Like, no. And look, I don't care.
Oh, and by the way, real quick.
Oh, go ahead, Sam. Go ahead.
Don't take what Smitty is saying as literal. Like, I would not advise you put no clips nowhere. Okay, so when it says in the beta, you can't capture all of that. If you show something,
if you show
that show you know what, you know what I mean.
That's on you.
Yeah,
we talking about on some discreet, ain't no posting online kind of thing. Like, we ain't doing all that. So, speaking of which, I meant to tell you before, we got to give these shout outs to these donations. Shout out to Brett Lee.
Oh, shout outs to Brett Lee. We had another
donation, and my man
Reborn.
Yeah.
All right,
Reborn G80.
Get my count together.
$5 donation. Shout out to you guys.
All right.
Shout out to you guys on the donations there. Appreciate that.
So yeah, man, we're gonna get into it, guys.
Yeah, let's get in. Let's. You know what? Go ahead, Sim. Let's get into.
I just thought it was good to say that because bottom line, let people enjoy what they enjoy. Like, I don't understand why if somebody say they like this or like that, why do you have to tell them why they shouldn't? It doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? Like, let people enjoy what they enjoy. I don't never talk about anybody playing this, playing that. Dog, why does it matter? Like, why is it always got to be this? Like, people are generally excited by what we're experiencing because this is stuff that hasn't been in Madden. Plain and simple. So I could keep it short and sweet. How I feel about this beta so far after the first week. If it stays like this, we got something. Yes, for those who say, oh, you say this. Yeah, we have been saying this every year because the game has felt the way. But what's different about 23, there's fundamental stuff in this game that has not been in this game. What they've done with the zone play, how these guys are reacting to the ball, breaking to the ball, actually playing their area, looking for work. The significant reduction, I might go on the limb and say I haven't actually seen a two-man animation. Now, it's probably there, like they probably have done a good job of like significantly reducing when it happens to where you can't tell. But there's multiple opportunities that I've seen for a two-man to happen and it didn't. I've seen situations where I control the receiver, I go up and two DBs come in playing different animations. They're not sucked in. One of them swats. One of them goes for the big hit. And it's all three animations. Did not feel like I lost control. Did not feel like I got pulled into it. I've seen other situations where the safety, your safety is playing the receiver. CPU doing it. Ball is in the air. He's coming after this guy, and he literally lowers the shoulder and boom, knocks the ball away from him. Like aggressively attacking either the ball or the player. You guys saw it in the trailer. Well, maybe, I think it was a trailer. You know, where they showed you how you can play the receiver and push him out of bounds. I've seen all of that. And that's one thing that's crazy. I've seen pretty much everything that they're talking about in the blogs and in their beta and the trailer. I'm actually experiencing it. Player interactions. You're seeing stuff that we're not accustomed to seeing in Madden. Like little, and Smitty will be able to chime in too, but it's little like detailed stuff that's happening between players. Like, would you believe, and y'all know I've been one of the biggest ones about, and Smitty has too, would you believe there's very little body morphing? I mean, minimal. Like all limbs being respected, not saying it doesn't happen. It happens on occasion, but nowhere close to what we're used to seeing. The limbs are actually being respected. The trenches feel a little more dynamic. Now, I do have to take a closer look to D-line versus O-line. I really need to focus on that a little more. But that pocket is going to collapse. Pressure is coming.
Yeah.
What else really quick, Smitty? Then I'll throw it to you. Oh, Lord, the player movement. Man.
Tell him. Where my man at? Where my man at that just asked about it? Brooklyn Bully. He was curious about it. He said, Lord, what's good? Mercy. Been a while. I like what I'm hearing so far. First, like every year, how's the player movement in caps? So tell him. Because I know tell him, man.
That player movement is, and let me go on the record and say this. I can't believe I'm saying this about Madden. Let's get that out the way.
Right.
The way I'm talking about this game, and y'all know, you guys have been rocking with me on Twitter. Y'all have heard me say this repeatedly over the last week. I cannot believe I'm saying this about Madden because we have not had this in Ever. Some stuff in this game we ain't never had.
Nope.
That player movement, man, is so good. Let me give you this. I haven't even used the 360 cuts. Not once. Haven't had to.
That's true. I haven't either.
Haven't had to. I've seen it, but I haven't had to use it. No need. That left stick is because it was good in 22. Nah, it's a step above that in this game.
Oh, it's well above that. It's not
player movement. Player movement is not even not even close. Not even a concern of mine no more at all. The pass game, let me tell you. I agree with Smitty. Where APF will still excel in that area is, like he said, it was a little more realistic in terms of matching the player that was passing. 2K8 still had the better throwing mechanic, animation, and signature throw velocity, et cetera, no question.
Mm-hmm.
But if we talking about ball placement, it's hard for me to say that 23 is not better. It's hard for me not to say that. Yeah. You can literally, and listen, this is Smitty's baby. Smitty has been, y'all know that. Y'all that watch Smitty streams, I used to pop in there and be like, what up, Smitty? Watching his Madden stuff. He's always talking about not being able to throw it where I want it to go. That's Smitty's one of his biggest complaints. This ball is tethered. Why can't I put the ball here? I want to throw it into. I remember specifically watching the Smitty stream. He was like, see, right here. I want the ball to go here, but I can't do it. Let me tell you something. You can throw that ball in the stands with this. If you want to.
You can't.
Dog. They will, at this point, they will never hear me say I can't put the ball where I wanted to go. You can put the ball with. And I have pulled off some of the prettiest passes that I can't do again. Because let me honestly say this. It's a learning curve.
Yes.
This is what I would recommend. Because I cut off the meters too. Because Smitty and Azure had turned them off. Because, Azure didn't want to see it. Because it feels a little arcadey when you see the visual. So I tried their method. I turned it off. And I was able to pass a little better because I wasn't so focused. It's almost like think about playing 2K. If you like me, maybe y'all are different, but if you like me, I used to mess up sometimes playing 2K because I was so focused on the visual. I'm looking to see the green meter instead of just letting it go, feel it in rhythm. So I cut the passing visuals off and it felt a little better. I said, oh, okay. But now what I was doing earlier today, and I might even do it here while we're on the show, is I cut the slowdown mechanic on. And I got the meter back on just so I can, visually feel where I'm throwing it and kind of get in my mind, okay, when you move it that much, it's going here. When you move it that much, it's going there. So I would recommend cut on the slowdown mechanic just so you can get used to it. Then after that, it's endless because you can make that reticle, man, be infinite. And if you, and Smitty mentioned that, you put it on infinite, you can put the ball wherever you want to go. And you go into free form. You got to hit the left trigger or the L2. I'm talking, I threw one on the sideline on a streak. I put that thing on this shoulder. He's running down the left sideline. Dog, I don't know how I did it. I led him and put it on this shoulder, and he hit and tried to found it. Boom. Caught it like this, hugging the sideline. Dog, that passing game is going to be deadly when people really learn how to use it. Now, let me say this. It's not an exploit because the defense is good.
Yeah. How
many times, Smitty, have you been playing the game, even against the CPU? And I'm playing on all Madden. No sliders. They right there. Like sometimes they dare to make the, catch the tackle, if you will. It's not a whole lot of wide open space. Yeah, they are there.
They on it. Unless you pull a double move and, like if your receiver creates like, a good amount of separation. No, they there.
They there,
so
bro.
You either are overthrowing it or they're right there. Like they're not it's not this big old generational gap, and they're like, "Oh snap, I gotta take." Like,
or,
no, there's
or it's getting picked off.
yeah, exactly right. Yeah,
Go mess around with Stephon Gilmore if you want to. Go fool with him. Look, I've been playing the Colts a lot just because I just like how the game has felt. Go ahead and fool with him if you want to. Steeler fans, go ahead and test Minka if you want to. Minka, dog, against all Madden, he going crazy out there. Because another thing that's happening, I know guys like Bills would love this. All Madden QBs throwing inaccurate passes. Aaron Rodgers was throwing a couple inaccurate passes. I was like, whoa. Because now what they've told us for a few years is actually happening. Pressure's influencing the throw.
Yeah.
Now you have a game. I played Rodgers, and it was a game where he was like 18 for 23, 240 some yards, a touchdown. Okay. But play some other quarterbacks. I played against Tua. Tua threw like 3 inaccurate passes in one half. Like it's a separation there now on all Madden. At least so it seems. And it never was like that. Y'all know me. When I do my videos, what I tell y'all, yeah, man, my sliders, I got the CPU passing down to 20 or 19 or 5. No. This is all 50. Is it perfect? And then I'm gonna throw it to Smitty right after this. No. I'm sure there's still some flaws going on here and there. Have I tested each and everything? I have not. I told y'all I'm not that guy. Like I'm not the lab dude, right? Plus, we don't have a practice mode.
Yeah, there's no practice mode here. So
I find stuff, and me and Smitty are very similar in this. We just play. We just pick up the game, start playing. We be like, "Whoa, let me go look at that." And then that's how we find. People used to ask me, "Man, how you come up with some of those videos and plays you break down?" It's while I'm playing the game. I don't plan to show this play. I just be like, "Ooh, let me look at the replay of that," and then that turns into a video. So have I tested every scenario? Tried to create this pressure? I have not done any of that. That's not my forte. That's why I rely on dudes like Zan, Relly, many others. Those guys, some of the competitive guys, where I'm like, yo, what's wrong with it? What's wrong with the game that I didn't find? Because I didn't even know that was an issue. Is it still missing stuff? Sure. And that's the last thing I'm going to say, Smitty. I don't know when we have become. Y'all have heard me say this for years. Before we can get the greatest game that we ever played from Madden, it's got to turn the corner.
Yeah.
So there's no way we're going to go from 22. If let's say you hated 22, there's no way you're going to go from 22 to 23 being the best game in the world, has everything. It's impossible. Yeah. But what it does have, for the first time ever, this is the foundation. Have you heard us say that before? Before we have said, yeah, man, they got a good foundation here. No. Trump all of that. This game is the gameplay foundation. Do not touch what you have created here and build on top of that. Because for once in a beta, this is early, but for once I can say this game is truly balanced.
Yeah.
Zone defense is truly playing. My safeties, again, you guys who watch Sims videos, and I'm always talking about, why is my safety drifting so far? Why is he not picking up? Have nothing to say. They shut all of that up. Why is this game not more physical? I don't have much to say other than let's continue to improve on that. But they're doing it. Why can't I pass the ball where I wanted to? I have zero to say. You know what this feels like, Smitty?
Yeah.
This game feels like the game Rex wanted to build.
Yes.
This truly feels like the game where somehow they convinced, let's go after gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
And the last thing, I know I said that before, but this is truly the last thing.
Go ahead.
I want to hear Smitty.
No, go.
Here's the last thing. What about these features is for casual fans. Now, why do I say that? People are going to say, what's your point, Sam? My point is, me and Smitty have spent our lives since 2012 affiliated with EA to now kind of on the outside saying, dog, they have the ability to do this. Yeah. They just have to be given the opportunity. And I hope this is proving our point. They can do it. They've been had the people to do it.
Yeah.
It's just them dudes that sit up there had to say, all right, go ahead. Nothing about this is a back of the box feature. None of this for the casual. So
them blogs aren't either.
Not at all.
That they put up. So, but first thing I want to shout out the people that gave donations. King Arthur gave $5 donation. He said, "What up?
Write that down.
What up, man? Sim, I was spamming my email last night when I won the code, but thanks for the opportunity to win it." He gave $5, and let me see. And Jay Hart, RIC, he asked the question. He said, "Do the QB ratings matter with the new league passing?" I honestly can't say for certain if they matter or not.
Yeah, they're advertising it as though it does, but to be determined.
Yeah, that's the thing, because if you say you just want to have full range passing with maximum distance, all that stuff, is that going to matter in terms of what your ratings are? Like, see, we can't go into create a player and say, let's put his passing and all that stuff down to 0, and let's go out there and see if we could put it on max and infinite and all that. And he's still just going to throw bombs all over the place, accurate and spot on. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we can't really control any of that.
And play the game for yourselves too, man.
I mean, we can't. I mean, at this point, that is a question. That is a valid question, though. But it's
super valid.
It's a hard question to honestly answer without, number one, the devs speaking to it. Number two, without a full game being out. You know what I'm saying? Because they can tweak and tamper with stuff. Like, they put a title update out for the beta, and there are different routes in there. I've seen some people say on Twitter. So it's like they're able to tweak and mess with stuff right now. So it's like, that's something we got to wait and see. If it's not like that, I'm okay with it for this year, because like we just said, you got to have your foundation and then build forward, build upward, and elevate. So, but I'm with you there. Don't get me wrong. I would love it to be that way out the gate.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And be challenging like that. And then there's also Chris Thomas, $2 donation. He said, this game is not for little Johnny Casual. They got the Johnny Casual option. You go ahead and put it back on Classic. You know what I'm saying? And you can do your passing and stuff that way. Johnny Casual will be all right. You know what I mean?
Because people are already complaining about the passing, and I'm like, well, turn it off.
Yeah.
Turn it off then.
Yeah. Basically.
Like, it's too hard. Turn it off. Go back to the old way.
Yeah. So,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't want to see. Look, let's get the bases out the way first. We know it's a beta. We know it's not the finished product. We are not, acting like this is a review of what this game is literally going to be at launch and post-launch, especially. Y'all know how we get down. So just understand that the way this game is playing right now can be completely different, better or worse, come launch. And then we all know post-launch what's going to be messed with, because just like NBA 2K22 defense was tough. If you weren't running plays, you were getting absolutely baked.
Oh yeah.
The game now is dang near a shell of itself. You see what I'm saying? All the updating, the tuning, all of that, and that's what I'm saying. something like that is going to happen in Madden 23. It's just to what level is it going to be at? Is it going to be at a level where they're not fully compromising their blog and what they promoted? Or is it going to be at a nuclear level where they basically just nuke the game dang near, and now player movement is awry, the way that the DBs would react and stuff is not as logical looking and doesn't look, now it looks more placebo, and guys are making plays with their head completely behind, not looking at the play at all. And whereas in the beta, they're not making the plays.
Oh yes,
they may react. Hold on,
yeah.
they may react to what the receiver does and put their hands up in front like this, but other than that, they're not making those plays. Yep. So
they can't see it, they can't get it.
Yeah, all of a sudden now they're making all those plays and everything, and we're looking back at yesteryear Maddens, and we're back in that. Now we're in the Twilight Zone again with it and all that. That all is possible. So we're not ruling any of that potential out. But we're just saying right now, based off the blogs, based off of what these guys have put out on this beta, right now, if this can actually hold true for the most part of the year, I will be on it, streaming it, and I've been away from streaming for a long time and everything. I will make it a truly concentrated effort to be streaming because the game's that hot. And I'm saying this about Madden. Yeah, I said hot. Not hot garbage, not hot mess. This game is playing legit right now. I'm enjoying this. Like, I'm mad it don't drop. I'm mad it ain't out now. Because that's how I feel about it. I spoke to Connor and told him already. I'm looking forward to Madden 24 because of what you said in that gameplay trailer. Now, he said at the end of the trailer, he said this is only the beginning. If you mean Field Sense 2.0, 3.0, whatever the heck, if that's what that means, bring it. Bring it. Do what you did here with this Madden and all the stuff you've done football-wise, and do it every single year. I don't care if it's because, unfortunately, it sucks that Madden passes away, and then y'all give us the dang near best football game effort-wise that we've been able to get. That truly sucks. But
and no, guys, it's not because of that, because the game was in production before Matt coached.
Yeah. Obviously that, but it's like, but it just sucks.
It definitely does.
I will also say this too. This could speak volumes that 2K is doing something.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? 2K, there you go. 2K got something in the can. They got a cannon. They got a howitzer. That sucker is caught, and that sucker, they ready to turn the crank. And they got something that's going to be coming out them barrels. So EA got to come with front and be like, this Field Sense, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't worry about it. This is just the beginning level. We just getting started. Like, and that's the point. We've been saying this forever. We want the competition. The devs said they want the competition. This is why. I know everybody ain't able to play it, but this is why. Because look what they're able to do. We've been told y'all they got the capability, they got the talent and the resources. Yeah. They got it.
Yep.
They got to let them do the job that they hired them to do. If you let the people do their job, then they can start making a game that can be on the level of an MLB The Show, of an NHL, of a PES, of a FIFA, of an NBA 2K. Then we could look at a game in 2-3 years where they got every PA announcer for every single city. And now that's a feature, a presentation that they add to the game. We don't give a care about none of that right now in Madden because they need to get the base gameplay stuff, get the base franchise mode stuff, Give us the stuff, give us the meat and potatoes at the core, then we can go somewhere. So that's where Madden is at right now. But I will say this is a nice start. So now, just getting into it, I've had beautiful plays, gorgeous stuff happening. And yes, now I don't know if they've done tuning or something like that, because when I was playing on All Pro at first, they were throwing a decent amount of inaccurate passes at times, like when they get pressured. And I didn't see as much as things progressed. But I mean, I was playing against different QBs, different teams as well. Ooh, excuse me. So it really varies. I am loving the fact that the quarterbacks and playing against CPU, because I'm an offline mainly guy. I'm an offline guy. I love that the QBs are playing in the pocket, looking for options. Trying to find an option. When they retreat, they will retreat from the pressure and chuck it to the sideline. Sometimes you see them run away, run, but then eventually they'll run back and then they'll just chuck it to the sideline before they actually before the pressure gets right there and actually hits them, they chuck it to the sideline. Now, the one thing I will say, and I got to shout out my man, Sim Gaming Network, on this as well. Every QB right now virtually plays the same. Everybody either stays in the pocket, retreats from pressure, throws it away, unless they throw it to a target. We need to see players' individuality. We need to see scrambling QBs scramble, or improvisers as the trait goes. We need to see them improvise. I need to see Pat Mahomes do Mahomes. I need to see Allen do Allen. I need to see, you know what I mean? I need to see guys that do run and things like that or whatever. I need to see that kind of stuff happening in the game. I'm not seeing it. You know what I mean? That differential is not truly there. Don't get me wrong. I like the QB play, but we need to see variety happening in there. And that's, once again, I get this game as a base foundation, and you have some, like what Sim said too, some personality is in there. Some personality is there. It's not all fleshed out, but some of the personality is there. We need to see a lot more of that. If we could start happening with the quarterbacks, that would be nice to see if EA can do that. Okay. Secondary play. I love the reactions, whether it's man or zone defense. But I love how they are reacting to the plays. I like the fact that I'm seeing guys retreat back and they react once the routes are coming up. Like, it's not, and I made example. That's why Sim and I said so much of what they said in the blog articles and stuff like that. I see stuff that we literally said in studio. 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, like many things we said in videos and private videos and emails, all of that. And to see these things being done in the game, like seeing guys make logical decision making. Ball is coming. I see the ball. I see receiver right here. I should close down on that. I'm closing in. Even if it's I'm blitzing. One of the packages the Lions have, they use 4-4. They're blitzing. I'm blitzing the interior linebackers. Middle is open. Defenders coming across. They get it to the receiver real quick, and I'm like, dang, they got the first down. What happened? Let me see the replay. I go to the replay. I see my guy. He retreats back a little bit. Boom. Oh, snap. He makes a play on it. I'm like, the Lions aren't the greatest at covering, obviously. But they're able to make logical plays when the opportunity presents itself. And I love it. Are they blocking are they blocking? Are they swatting every pass? No. Are they getting every INT? No. And speaking of which, I meant to say before, because somebody had mentioned the tip drills. I love the fact, and Madden has been going on with this forever. I love the fact that now when you smack a ball into the air, it's not automatically a teammate's going to be running up underneath it to get it. And that goes for you or the CPU. The ball trajectory, if it hits your defender's hand and it's a pass that's coming in hot and you deflect it, the trajectory is going to squirt off his hand, respectively. You see what I'm saying? So it's not just going to be throw, bat, automatically, oh, out of nowhere, I got a teammate. He's going to get it. No. You can have 2 or 3 teammates in the vicinity. If that ball squirts, whatever direction it squirts off to, that's where it's going. And it's like they finally did that. Wobbly ducks, Sim.
Oh.
Wobbly.
Pick City.
Contact. Dudes hit. Passes going 15, 20 yards down the field. Trajectory gone. And that sucker is just in the air. And I'm like, why did that pass go like that? At first, and see, I'm
and the helmet can do it. You seen that one? Where the helmet hits the arm and knocks the ball out.
Yeah.
I want to see strips. I want to see strips, EA.
What?
I want to see the pass rushes swiping at the ball. I haven't seen that.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if that's in. Remember one year you could do that manually? It was one of them Maddens. I think. One of those, yeah.
17 or 18 where you could.
We're gonna have to ask Clint about that one too.
But yeah, you got that. Yes. I've seen now the fumbles that I see happen when the ball comes out, it's more of progressively the physics. Helmet eventually presses up against the arm that has the ball comes out. And I'm like, okay, all right. You know what I mean? Oh, the way these guys go to recover the ball. I love the fact they finally added those kind of animations into the game because that's stuff that we would talk about in APF and give props to. And it's nice to see it finally happening in Madden. Like, ball gets stripped. Sometimes the same. I've sacked the quarterback. Same guy that sacks the QB. That animation plays, and then after that, they'll roll over onto the ball and tuck it into a fetal position. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, love it. It's beautiful to see. Let me see. What are you talking about? The wobbly ducks, the pass placement. Y'all didn't heard me. Y'all see me on Twitch with the telestrator thing and all that stuff. Like, we need to be able to throw it here, and they need to throw it here. We need to be able to lead them over there. And I can do that stuff now.
Oh, they saying you can still strip manually with L1. Okay.
Oh,
maybe
right,
so.
bet.
Maybe so.
Okay. All right. Sweet.
I'm gonna have to try that out. But I like to see them do it contextually too, EA. You know, that's another one of those traits. You know, and again, I'm not being a homer here, but I think a lot of y'all watch enough football to know that's TJ Watt's thing. TJ either gonna punch that ball out or he's ripping it. Like almost every sack attempt, you see him going after the ball. So it's like Smitty said, we need to start, now that we have this type of gameplay, let's start introducing some of those bells and whistles now. Start adding the sprinkles in there. Individuality and stuff like that. Now you can do it.
Yep. And like what Bill's just said here, there was another point somebody had said. Fight for the fumble is not some mini game. It's not the mini game where you got to mash buttons and all that. No. When the ball is loose, guys will try to pick it up. And that's the point. They'll try to pick it up. They legit try to pick it up. It's not just guy stands there and all of a sudden, whoop, the ball just suctions into his hand and he just gets it. It's like, no, they're going to actually animate trying to grab the ball and somebody grabs the ball. You know what I mean? So that's at least that's how it's been playing out. Protect the ball, like what Bills had said. That's something that I got to remember to do because I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
and that's how I'm fumbling the ball. When that defender first hits you, you need to use that protect the ball mechanic. Don't just think that, it's just going to animate. I ain't worried about it. All right. Let 2, 3, 4 extra defenders get involved there. The physics will make you lose. You will lose the ball just because somebody arm runs in, runs past it, sprays past the ball, and that sucker will come out. You could be in mid-animation. and you'll lose it. So understand that, yo. See, this is why I'm excited for it. This is why I'm giddy for it right now, because stuff that we have been saying for years, plural, okay, is happening in here when I didn't think it would, and it literally is. So yeah, I'm happy about a lot of this stuff that's going on gameplay wise. So, like, I mean, and I'll just give a quick example. Like, for example, when I'm getting hit stick tackled, and I know we got to go through these donations because there have been several.
Thank you to all of y'all. I'm writing them
like,
down so I can make sure Smitty gets straight.
We got. I had a play, or I have plays where me as a ball carrier, I get engaged into an animation with the initial defender. Now, he may have me stood up a little bit. I could be hitting the button trying to break free, or he'll have me held up initially before that animation can even try to run its course. Got another defender coming. It's not an animation override.
Oh, another one.
It's not.
Thank you,
yeah, I know, right? King Arthur up here, he the man with it today. Well, he rolling. But and we appreciate you, man. Great.
We do. All of you guys. But defender came through and did a hit stick kind of tackle, and he impacted the point of impact between that. He added on to the action. Like if you play FIFA or NHL, when a player gets involved, they just add on to the action. It's not, oh, wait a minute, we got to form these guys together to be one animation so that way it works out. It's no, these two guys got an animation going on. Third defender comes from whatever angle he comes from. Boom. And now the pile gets hit and it goes whatever direction it goes based off of that contact. Because remember, defenders can knock off other defenders. Mm-hmm. And you could possibly break free from it and continue on. Now, have I seen a play like that play fully out? No. My man Bills had a play, though, that it kind of looked like that the way it played out. Man, y'all killing it today. Y'all something else, crazy. Man. Y'all amazing. But with the donations, man, it's nuts. But thank y'all. Really,
it's great. It's great to see it playing out in Madden, because the thing that I imagine, I'm so mad at Natural Motion because, well, you know, they didn't do it. They never went forward with Backbreaker 2. Was, I know, man, Sim Gaming Network, man, you too, man, all y'all cats. But the thing is, looking at the physics, I've always wanted to see the physics organically play out with weight and momentum and everything being respected. I want to see plays where defenders can possibly knock each other off and the runner can regain their balance and continue going because of what happened. Now, I haven't seen one of those plays yet, but I'm saying I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if one of those plays could potentially happen. And like I said, I had seen Sim had a unicorn play. There are other guys that had unicorn plays. Come on, man. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be in denial of what is going on with what EA is doing. Like we said before many times over, when the devs are able to do the work, this is what can happen. This is what can be done. And this is what we've been telling y'all. It wasn't we wasn't lying. We wasn't fronting. We ain't trying to save nobody and protect nobody. They got the knowledge. Moody went to the building and came. He was quiet the whole time he was there. Why do you think that is? Because these dudes know what the heck they doing. They got to be able to do the work, though. That's the point. Just like the point I made about McDonald's and saying you could have Gordon Ramsay, Wolfgang Puck, and all them, all this stuff. It don't matter. They all going to make the burger the same way as 15, 16-year-old Susie and Tommy and them, as long as they don't, the people up above them say, you got to do it this way. Now, if they say, all right, y'all could go ham and do it the way y'all want to do it. We're going to give y'all the free reign and the budget or whatever y'all need to do. So they would be the most popping McDonald's ever because they got the expertise and you're letting their expertise and know-how work the system instead of just bottlenecking them. And it's like the way this game appears at this juncture from what we're able to play, not launch. That's why I'm stressing this as hard as possible. Not the launch day. If it holds true at launch and post-launch, this game will be en fuego. This will be one of the best Madden entries they put out there to date. This is why, like I said, you give me gameplay like this. Let's say Madden's franchise mode is no better than 22. I would be in year 4, year 5, year 7, year 8 offline because the gameplay is that sustainable.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And then I'm up here going on about not now. I'm saying keep elevating the gameplay. Give us more player differentials, etc., etc. But now I'm nailing. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm nailing on core. I'm nailing on franchise mode and saying y'all got to beef that all the way up too, like y'all did the core gameplay. Keep elevating the core gameplay every single freaking year. Don't let off the gas on that. But y'all got to beef up this franchise mode. See, and we can't share this publicly. At least we can't do that. See, that's the problem.
Dog,
see what I'm saying?
You can anticipate the throw, bro. I wish I could show it. I threw the ball purposely extremely early, only because I saw what we always say: trust your eyes. I had 2 routes coming like this. I saw it being muddled because it's man coverage. I'm saying he gonna come open. I threw that thing before he even got to the hash, way outside the numbers, and I just lobbed it up. He ran right, boom. I put the ball way out, not tethered to the route.
See, that's what I'm saying.
It's about to be a problem, man. This is about to be a real problem.
I would love it if you in the Madden tournament and the classics and all that, you have to play with this control. I would make that a rule. I'm sorry. If you the best of the best of the best as you claim you are, prove it. Max control, max everything, no reticles on there for you to see. Play. Let's see who's the best in the land. Put the money up. Let's go. I will watch that.
What Eric they talking about? Ray
See
Weather?
what I'm saying? Yeah, Ray Weather. What'd he say?
Oh.
Don't patch.
No, they said he just watched your video. Do y'all know that's my man? That's my guy right there. What up, E?
Don't patch the game.
Even though he's out here, he's in another stratosphere when it comes to the channel. And it's funny. Eric will remember this. One time we was at Texas Day, Brazil, and I predicted that. I said, "Oh, you about to go crazy." I knew it because I saw what he was doing. You know, and I knew. See, me, unlike other people, I understood what his grind was, and I said, "Oh, you about to be out here." And look at him now.
Oh, E-Ray, yeah, E-Ray's that guy, man. E-Ray's that guy. You know, proud of him, man.
Get him to 500K. If y'all not sub, go check him out. Let's get him because I know that's a goal of his. Let's get him to 500,000.
Yeah. See, and it. So this is the point. This is the way we feeling right now about the game is in a real good space. And I know you hearing it from us. You know how uncut we are about it. We ain't concerned about, GC statuses and all that stuff and everything like that. It's like, no, look, if they gonna respect it, it's gonna respect us off the strength of this is what we do. This is how we doing it. We gonna go this way. And if they love it, cool, they love it. If they don't love it, fine. All due respect, move with whoever it is you need to move with. Fine, got you. But we keeping it 100% stack bundle with this. This game is good. Bundle. right now. Straight stack bundle. This game is good right now. Great foundation. And I didn't even talk about the physics. I know y'all cats up here being funny, man. Y'all funny, man. You know what I'm saying? So y'all funny.
Let's just skip past it. It ain't got nothing to do with any of that.
But you know what? The thing is, though, we have been saying this for years about the gameplay.
Oh, that was another one.
Looking at what they're doing, I'm happy about it. I'm proud of it. Oh my goodness!
I don't care who cares.
Amazing.
That's the thing. I don't care who cares that I like what I see so far.
Yeah, it ain't what we supposed to do. Wait, we supposed to cry till the cows come home, and then I don't get that. What's the problem? They're doing it. Oh my goodness! Well, I'm enjoying it. Wait, don't say that out loud. I can't tell them. Let me get on let me pull out my keyboard real quick. I hate Madden. EA sucks. They sold us a bill of good. No, I'm not doing all that. No. If they do it, I'm gonna give them the flowers for doing it.
And I hope 2K come through with that. Like my man 757 said earlier, I would love 2K to come through with the Thanos this year.
Come on.
Let's do it.
Yes.
But they're not. I already told y'all, don't expect nothing. Listen, EA, 2K, NFL all told us EA still has the only simulation license. I'm really scared about what this arcade game is going to be, if I'm being honest. But that's another show. That's another show.
If they
I'm a little nervous about that.
I'm not. Look, see how my man E-Ray said, no 2K news got me worried. We all know full freaking well how 2K rolls. They wait literally until 11:59 to finally say,
with a new product though.
Yeah, yep.
Like I can see them doing it with NBA 2K, but
no,
I don't like that approach with a brand new IP.
Football game, no, because see the thing is you can't play with that. You see what I'm saying? Like, look at what Modern Warfare did. Just real quick sidebar. Look at what Modern Warfare did. They unveiled that Modern Warfare 2, right? But they are treading with that as well, because Modern Warfare was the one that broke a new mold for them, because they were all about the old school World War I and II and everything for the longest time. And then they said, let's modernize. So you got to make sure with Modern Warfare, it has to be a hitter. So whatever it is that 2K is doing football-wise, considering those circumstances, even though EA has the simulation licensing, what is 2K going to do, considering they got the team licensing as well as the player licensing? What are they going to do to possibly drop a product that might be a loophole of some sort? Who knows? They got all the legal ways and means. They ain't no better than we would to put something out, considering what people honestly are looking for. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised at all if what EA did is off the strength of what 2K is possibly doing. Yeah. Regardless of what level it may be at, the strength of that, they're anticipating something, and they're like, whoa, we don't even want to risk it. This is a flagship franchise. We don't even want to risk that chance. We saw what happened with NBA Live. We don't want to risk EA falling all the way off the rails, potentially some way, somehow like that with Madden. So let's hit with something. And that's why I'm saying I want to see. I seriously hope that what Connor did, because look. Let me just say this real quick about Madden. I don't care about bells and whistles post-launch. I'd rather not deal with that. We saw what scouting was. It was more of a mess than anything, even though it was post-launch. I don't care about a post-launch update. I'd rather you do it while you're in development and you're able to work out most of the kinks and bugs and all that stuff behind the closed doors. Then launch it. Do your betas, whatever. Launch it. And it's like, this is basically what we're coming out with.
Mm-hmm.
We want y'all to sample it though. Not, well, we got something that's untested on this, on that, and we're just gonna patch it on to you later. No. Just give me the grassroots, and what sprouts up, that's what sprouts up. And we work from there. That's what I'd rather see EA do, to be quite honest. I'd rather it be that. So, because I don't want, once again, I don't want to see the game get compromised or something to go completely awry because of something you're trying to add in just as more of a fan service. And it's like, nah, just wait till y'all could drop it and it works right. And you could blow it out with make it feature and depth rich. And that we can honestly enjoy it to the fullest extent. But my overall impression with Madden 23, this gameplay at this point right now,
it's hitting, man.
Elated. It's a home run for me. Smacked it out the park. I'm proud of them. And you guys got to consider under the weight that we have put on Madden, dropping the ball. Heck, we wouldn't even be doing shows on purpose. Game hitting like this, we could do a show dang near every week. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could have stuff to talk about from Madden every week and be talking about it over and over and over again. And it's not going to get dull. And that's what I want Madden to be. So we'll see what it ends up being. But I don't believe in the loophole. Oh, because of the NFL. Hey, I'm just saying. Well, I don't know what can happen. And look, I ain't putting nothing past nothing. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't affect the way, and I have Bill's comment up there. I just wanted to keep that there because he is absolutely right about that.
Mm-hmm.
We did say years ago that when Madden actually makes a good game, the goalpost is going to move. So I'm leaving that here for the rest of the show. We got a few more minutes here.
You're right.
I'm kind of rolling with Eric there too, man. I wouldn't get overhyped, guys, about what 2K might do and loophole, only because what scares me away from that is the fact that the NFL was so adamant about telling us it's non-simulation. Then 2K tells us, then EA tells us. So they're not going to be able to stray too far away because, again, if the NFL was cool with them being close to it, why not just let them make a game? Why is the NFL putting the moniker of arcade on it? That's the biggest question. So I also agree with what Eric said earlier. All 2K got to do is make a fun experience, and the gameplay can be authentic, right? That's how they can still shine. The gameplay can be authentic, physics, animation, player movement, AI, even if it is an arcade structure. So what if it's like a super mega baseball, but that joint respects physics, AI? Like, that's how they can still make an authentic playing game that fits the arcade, category.
Yep.
But as far as expecting it to be old NFL teams of the 90s or APF with NFL on it, no, that's not happening. They can't do that because, again, if the NFL was going to allow them to get that close, why didn't they just open the license, period? So you got to sometimes, guys, you got to think kind of like from a business standpoint instead of what we want standpoint. It just doesn't make business sense to me. If it was me, if I'm the NFL, I'm going to let this company be my simulation game. And then the one over here, I'm going to say, well, you're going to be my arcade baby. But you know what? Get real close to the line. What sense does that make?
They can.
It don't make sense, though. Like, why would the NFL do that?
I'm just saying, remember, we had NFL, what was it? NFL Blitz Pro back then, too. I mean, that was Midway. But, they can toe that line. I mean, look, NFL Blitz. When Madden truly blew up and people were playing that and NFL 2K and Game Day and all that stuff, and Blitz was trying to still get some momentum, in that NFL space, they had to go, they had to fall in line to some capacity. So it was like, all right, we're gonna make this Blitz Pro game. We're gonna make it 11 on 11 instead of doing the 7. I think it was 7 on 7. We're gonna do 11 on 11, and we're gonna make it semi. You see what I'm saying? Semi-authentic to some capacity. So it's like they can toe that line and come out with a game. Now it may not be that successful, but and I can see why if it's not, because look what EA is doing with this. So that's the point. You see what I'm saying? That's the point. So if 2K is gonna do something, it's gonna have to be something that goes somewhere in that great close to the gray area. Not exactly where they can't go all the way into black like EA can, but they gotta get somewhere close to that gray area. So,
and I hope they do. Like, yeah, believe me, I'm right there with Smitty. I hope they do. The only thing that gives me hesitation is why I'm just trying to figure out why the NFL would do that. You know, where's the benefit in 2K? Now, not knocking Midway or anybody like that, but we talking about 2K. We talking about a company that they had a license with, a real license back all the way up through 2K5. We talking about a company that makes arguably the best basketball simulation. The NFL know what they're about. So you know what I'm saying? So why I just don't see why the NFL would play that game. That's the only thing that scares me is what are they going to allow? Because y'all know how the NFL get down. They love exclusives. The NFL might actually have the direction for the game. You know what I mean? They might be saying, we want you to do this, and that. We'll see. I hope I'm wrong, though. I really do. I hope it does toe the line. And like Smitty said, hopefully that's why we got this. Is because EA know what's coming.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm just going to be a little more hesitant. And then if it proves me wrong, thank you. Right. Thank you. I'm happy to be wrong about it. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So I can't wait, you know, and I mean, I don't know how much longer this beta is going to fully go on for. I haven't checked to see like what an end date is for it, because I mean, they still got,
I think the 20th or something like that, because I think originally it was supposed to be,
it was supposed to come out on the 16th.
The 16th through the 20 something, I thought.
Oh,
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know, because I mean, you still got Face of the Franchise stuff to play. You got Ultimate Team stuff to be able to play in it. And you got franchise mode stuff to be able to play in it. So it's like, I mean, how much longer? You know what I mean? Like, is this going to go into July possibly or something? Like, I mean, if it is, great, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, he said June 20th is supposed to end. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the 20th.
I mean, I mean, I don't know what they're trying to test or whatever, I guess, with franchise and the other stuff. I guess those would be like maybe 1 or 2 day tests or something. So, okay, but
Face of the Franchise was in there earlier this week for a hot second.
Yeah, for a hot moment. Yeah,
it was right a mistake. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, I'll just be playing Play Now and learning how to practice, practicing my passing with just flip-flopping teams. I throw picks left and right because I ain't got no practice mode to really demo scenarios and stuff, really. So it's just more trial by fire. But I mean, I'm okay with it. Like it's
and I played some games online. I played probably about 7. I won 5 of them. Yeah, I lost 2, I believe. Plays pretty well, man. But again, stuff like that, man, you really won't know until the world has it. And see what type of quote unquote metas and stuff come up. I can say though, a lot of the things that some of the dudes were trying on me, y'all saw me, some of y'all might have saw me posted on Twitter. This one cat kept dropping back extremely far. I would put a contain on him. I was getting pressure on him every time. And he was either getting sacked or he was throwing a pick. He threw 4 picks in the first half, 3 of which were pick sixes. So some of them tactics ain't working. Dudes trying to run the same thing over and over and over. It's not working. So it's going to force guys to really utilize their plays. and not just rely. They're gonna have to make your adjustments, but you're gonna have to know this is adjustment is gonna put him in this part of the field. That they're not. It seems like they're not gonna be able to just do the cheesy stuff. At least as of now, it seems that way. But again, a lot can change from now to then. For any of you guys that got the beta, I encourage you, man, since the gameplay right now is kind of tight, give the feedback, good and bad, because this is the time that I think is really going to matter. Play some people online if you that type of guy. Say the good, say the bad. See what type of things dudes are trying to run against you, because that's the only way we're going to be able to make the game, as a community better. I actually, the last thing I'll say, man, and we'll get up out of here. This is the first time in a long time that I could actually say I think feedback is actually going to matter again.
Oh, yeah.
And y'all know me and Smitty been on that tip the last few years. Like, man, whatever. Until what we've been saying, until things fundamentally change, it has fundamentally changed in terms of how these guys are playing on the field. No question. So now I feel like we back into, okay, I think my feedback is warranted now. You know what I'm saying? So, and again, man, it's the first of the change, so it's definitely stuff we all still going to want in the game, but where it's at right now, I just can't believe this is the type of gameplay I'm getting out of Madden. I can't believe it.
Right.
I literally can't believe it. Like,
we didn't expect this, even from no. We did not expect this at all to be this dang on good. Are you kidding me?
Look at that. Tua just missed another one. Loving that.
Man, I got to play some games on All Madden. I haven't played on Madden yet. I've just been playing All Pro.
With no pressure.
I played on Pro and Rookie to get used to the passing. I was using the slowdown and all that stuff. And then I put it on All Pro, and I'm like, oh, I like this. I feel comfortable there. But I need to dabble in All Madden. I don't know. I mean, I may play like a game or two with the Lions and then play with just like other teams that are much better just to see how it is and everything.
That's why I truly judge the game. And y'all know why. Traditionally, Madden has always been the level where we say the CPU is going to cheese you and all that. So I've always felt like if I play on All Madden, it's going to show me the worst the game can offer. So, and for years, we've been saying All Madden needs to be more balanced. It doesn't just need to be hard. It needs to be strategically hard, not cheats. And I can honestly say, man, playing these games, every one of them on All Madden, they feel great. I'm up right now. I'm about to cut it off because I got to go shut down for the night. But second quarter, playing the Dolphins again, I'm up 14-0.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Great playing games. I've had games where teams have come back on me. I took the Packers down to the wire, and then Aaron Rodgers took over. I just couldn't stop him.
I said, Rod said they did something to the game is playing better. So, okay.
It feels about the same. I have a feeling, and I want you guys to pay attention to it. Pay attention to some of the notes that they said were known issues and see if any of that stuff you think has been addressed. I think, because I know that there's a couple bullet points that they highlighted. I'll give y'all one really quick. They talked about a lot of super wins off the edge. I think I know what they're talking about. The more and more I kept playing, I started looking at replays. There were a lot of instances where the edge rushers were just immediately winning. Like it wasn't even no struggle. They were just getting the edge and it coming right in. I mean, it was like a 2-second pocket. And it was happening repeated. So I think I know what they mean by that. So as I play this, I'm looking for stuff like that to see if any of those bullet points have been tuned. So you might be right. Maybe there is stuff from that list of known issues that they fixed. Nothing jumps out to me right now. But again, I'm playing it for the first time on the patch, and I'm only played a quarter and a half. It feels the same way it felt yesterday. Still feels good. So, I don't know what the difference might be.
Yeah. Okay.
But guys, we got to shut it down. Thursday nights are a little tougher for me, man. I have to run because of my commute on Friday mornings. But Great show, man. You know, I'm sure me and Smitty will be back next week with more to talk about. Hopefully, let's see what else is perhaps put in the beta. By then, what's today? The 9th? If it's going to end on the 20th, I would expect franchise and things of that nature will be coming soon, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully so.
So we'll see. You know, we'll have more to talk about. But again, bottom line, just to put a bow on it, not just us. There are many people in this chat, many people on Twitter, even people I know that have been very critical of the game are all saying, yo, man, okay, this might be the best Madden in a very long time, if not the best. The game is a lot better. It's back to a point where I think we all really going to be talking about Madden again. And that's today with the beta. We will see how everything finishes up. But from pass coverage, pass rush, player movement, physics, lack of two-man animation, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but you're not, I mean, I don't know. I'm not really seeing it. Independent animation, passing game. I mean, all of those things have been addressed for the better.
Yes.
Big time. We shall see what franchise has with the free agency stuff.
Yeah,
is that
that's
the only
key
thing
right there.
You know,
right?
We shall see. Right,
that's key right
there you go.
Too. Even soft drink.
Even
yeah,
soft
and I
drink
saw
like,
him, and he's one of the big
my
critics
man,
of the game.
Beast Mode too. The Sim Experience. Yes. I saw him tweet like, "Yo, I ain't gonna front." Like they did some stuff right. There's still some problems in the game, but nah, it's doing things that we've been asked, and that's what I'm saying. It's undeniable, unless you're just gonna focus on what's not there in terms of what's still. Everything is gonna be like that. You know, This is a stepping stone type of thing. This is Madden. Where's Madden gonna be in 3 years? Type of situation in my mind. Now I feel like that again.
Yeah,
it's not like I thought it was gonna make this perfect transition from 22 to 23. I didn't expect all of this. No. I'm almost questioning Smitty. Maybe they can turn it around in 2 years. All this stuff, like
I know, right?
Who knew? Now I feel better about NCAA being on the Madden engine.
Way better about NCAA now.
Man. So
yep.
But all right, guys, I gotta run, man. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of the finals up until next Thursday. Let's see if we still talking about the finals. We might be saying they over. Enjoy the beta if you can. If I get more codes, guys, I'll try to do another giveaway. I don't know if I will, because I think me and Smitty kind of got them the same way. And, you know, it's through certain opportunities and stuff. I don't know if we'll get any more, but if I do, I'll try to get some more out there. But other than that, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Love you guys. Be safe. God bless. Good night. And go get my man, E. Rayweather, to 500,000 subs. All right? Peace.
Peace.